Senate begins investigation into Fashola's ministry over alleged $35 million unapproved expenditure. An investigation by the Senate into the alleged plan by the Ministry of Power, Works and Housing to secure the release of $350 million domiciled with the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority to finance electricity projects, has begun, Punch reports. The upper legislative chamber began the investigation on Wednesday, November 8, following a motion by Senator Dino Melaye, APC Kogi West, which was titled, "Monumental Fraud in the Power Sector." NAGE.com gathers that the lawmakers chided the ministry, which is headed by Babatunde Fashola, for allegedly spending $35 million out of the money on power projects without getting the approval of the National Assembly. To this effect, the Senate directed that its committees on power and public accounts invite Fashola to render a detailed account in terms of public funds spent on the fast power projects, AFM Fast Power Project in particular, evidence of feasibility study indicating the viability of the projects, requisite appropriation by the National Assembly as required by the Constitution, and the controversial presidential approval for the projects. Bukola Saraki, Senate President, noted that the upper legislative chamber had previously raised the issue concerning the power sector, and stated that it was time for a review of the law establishing the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority. He stated, "It is not having proper oversight. First, I am told that they don't require any confirmation for their appointment by the Senate. There is no report to the Senate, and this is an organization that is controlling over $1.5 billion and a lot of monies are being sent there, and it is growing every day with no oversight at all. I think there is the need for relevant committees to duly carry out a diligent investigation on the activities of the NSIA." Subsequently, the lawmakers unanimously granted Saraki's suggestion for a review of the NSIA Establishment Act. Melaye further stated on the issue, "Why is the ministry engaging in constructing new power plant while the government has several idle plants that is seeking buyers for? Why is the ministry that is supposed to be making policies, dabbling into constructing new power plants that we have all agreed is better handled by the private sector?" The Senate is concerned that the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing is determined to persist in this brazen violation of the Constitution and extant laws on due process by insisting that the NSIA should release the $350 million meant for NBET on the pretext of acting under a purported presidential approval. The Senate is convinced that there is an urgent need to bring the ministry to order regarding its planned diversion of the sum of $350 million meant for NBET and further demand a detailed account of unappropriated public funds spent on the controversial fast power projects.